Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Sunday, April 20th, 2025. We are on day 7 of our life cycle of a chicken unit. We're going to look at the days 1 through 7 that have happened already and what has happened. Look at this growth for the embryo. And then today we're actually looking at an embryo that's beginning to look a lot like a chicken, isn't it? So we have the legs and wings begin to form on day 7. And you can tell that this is actually looking more like a chicken now than just a little bitty dot with blood vessel systems. Our vocabulary word today is air sac. We've talked a little bit about that pocket of air that forms up here at the fat end of the egg. When the embryo is inside, when they start to pip and zip to get out and they crack the eggshell open, they need that pocket of air there to be able to breathe until they get out. That process takes about a full day for them to be able to get out. So what I'm going to do today is turn our computer off, and we're going to come over and turn the lights off. I have pulled out 27 eggs, all 27 eggs. Now we can't leave them out for very long, but I've pulled all of them out so that we can double check that we have embryos growing inside all 27 shells. Now I believe that we do. So what we're going to be looking for, you guys know it by now, is we're looking for a life form. And as soon as we see it, I see it in there, see it floating around, I'm going to put it back and grab the next one so that we can double check all of these, because I don't know if I've told you this or not, but I have left one in there before that did not have a live embryo inside, and after a while that egg will absolutely explode, and it's horrible when that happens. It made the whole entire school smell bad, so I never ever want to do that again. So I'm just double checking. Remember the things that we've learned to look for. We're looking for the embryo inside, the blood vessel system at the fat end of the egg. We're looking for the air sac. It is harder to see through these colored eggs, but as you can tell, the darker side over here is attached, and we only have a small side over here that's still light. If there was no embryo inside these, what you would see, like we saw yesterday, is a yellow yolk that bounces back and forth. See, there's our embryo right there hanging down. Do you see him? So we would have a yellow yolk bouncing back and forth, and when I rotated the egg around, the yolk would move with us. And we can actually see the embryo moving on this one. Isn't that cool? Okay, so that is, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. This makes number 10. We're just double checking that we don't have any that we need to discard. We're on our third tray. We have 27 eggs right now, and we're just double checking that we don't need to get rid of any. I did get rid of the 3 yesterday that we pulled out that did not have life growing inside of them at all. While the trays are out, when we get finished checking through all of these, I'm going to show you the inside of the incubator without the trays in. I'm going to double check this one. I'm looking for an air sac down near the bottom. I'm not seeing much of anything. I'm looking for an embryo. See if you guys can see it for me. There's dirt on the outside of this egg, so that's kind of playing into it too. But do you see the yolk? Let's see if we turn it this way. See how the yolk moved? See how it had, watch this yolk up here float down. It floats up to the top again when we move it over. I see no air sac. I see no embryo inside. Nothing moving around, and the yolk is moving back and forth. So I'm going to pull this one out. That gives us 26 embryos, and we're going to keep going. And let's double check all of them. This for sure has life. In fact, that's a really pretty one to look at. Let's look at it. I'm going to be real still and see if you can see the embryo moving. Isn't that so cool? Look. This is a big one, a big fat one. Okay, let's look at the next one. Definite area, definite dark area with attached embryo. They're attached with a type of umbilical cord inside. That's a beautiful air sac. Look down there at the bottom where that line is. See the air sac? That's our vocabulary word for today. All right, we have 12 more to check. These last 2 rows. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. I'm moving them over. Okay. That one's good. Let's check this one. Yeah. I think we're looking good on that one. Okay. Let's check this one. Oh yeah. Okay. We only have 7 more to check. That one looks good. Definite life in there. Yep, look at that one. All the blood vessels, all the embryo back there. Okay, we got 6 more. Turn the light back on for us. That one looks good. We've got 5 more. You guys are pros now. You know what you're looking for. We're looking for the embryo. We're looking for blood vessels. We're looking for an air sac down at the bottom. Check, check, check. 4 more. Beautiful. Look at that one. Now this one I think is kind of sad. I'm gonna double check on him tomorrow, but I think he has stopped growing. And the reason why I think that is because of this red line. Do you see this red line right here? This red line that comes all the way around the egg. We don't have that on any of the other ones. This is called a blood ring. See it right there? And that happens when the embryo started to grow and then stopped growing. So I'm gonna put this one over here by itself so that we can keep an eye on it tomorrow and just make sure, but I don't even see an embryo inside that is still growing or can be found at this point. So I think that one has stopped growing. And remember, we said that whenever we have life, you have death, right? And so that, for whatever reason, that one stopped growing. All right, so we were down to 27 yesterday. We're gonna be removing 2 today. What is 27 minus 2? 25. So that's where we are. Let me turn the light on real quick and show you what the bottom of this incubator looks like now that we have all of the trays out. We have our water bottle connected right here that's putting water in, and the water goes from this little cavity down into the bottom of the incubator. See that grate, that grated system down there? It flows, the water flows down into this. So when we get to about day 17, we're gonna take these yellow trays completely out, and we're gonna put the eggs down on the bottom of the incubator. And this is the part where they'll hatch, and we'll crank the humidity up to be very wet and sticky during those last 3 or 4 days before they hatch, okay? All right, boys and girls, I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us. Today is day 7.